Hey guys, welcome back to OceanGemTarot. I'm back with another message. I was going to do this message yesterday, but I don't know, Spirit told me to lay my butt down. So I guess it's meant for today. We're also going to get in today. I'm going to do all signs. And we're going to have a long day of readings and fun. And then after the all signs, I'm going to do our general live personal read. So if you guys are wanting a question for that, it is $10 per question. And if you're just wanting a general, then the generals are free. And if you want to make a donation, it's more than welcome. So that's what we're going to do today. That is the schedule, and we're about to get into it. Just let me cleanse you. I'm delayed. So I was like, whatever, we're just going to get into it. And I'm like, Palo Santo, and we'll get things started. All right, so our title today is basically like a fight and going against the grain. And it's kind of like, whenever I was meditating, not yesterday, but the day before, like I had this clear vision and it was set like on my soul, like I need to do this message because somebody needs to hear it. It's kind of like you're always fighting for everybody else, but who's going to fight for you when it comes down to it, right? So we're going to look into that. We're going to see what's going on in that situation. And it's kind of like some of you guys are going against the grain, right? It's going against those things that are kind of like setting foundation in society's eyes, but you're going on your own path. So we're going to dig into that as well. Sorry, I had to move my mouse. So let's get everything situated, which I should have already done, but it is what it is. Everything's already pre-shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle it again for this message. What is that? There's something about somebody could be fearing change or might be feeling stagnant at this time. There could be a huge change coming up that you're not seeing. It's going to blindside you. But I think you already had a feeling that it was coming. I keep hearing grimy people or grimy situations. So that you already know the situation wasn't for you, but you were just letting it play out. It could have been something that you needed at the time, but there's something else that you're working for and you're going for. What is this? New beginnings are happening. Well, we already knew that. It's confirmation from our guides, right? Okay. Let's see. What do we have here for overall energy in this read? What is this fight situation? Are you guys getting a lot of storms? I know there's a lot of places getting hit by storms today. The weather's kind of wacky all over the middle of the U.S. A personal issue reaches resolution. I feel like this issue is something that in a situation that you didn't really want to be there anyways and work through your fears. It could be giving you anxiety just because you know it's coming to an end. It could be something that you might be financial needs at this point in time, or just the fear of something new that's beginning, getting your grounding, your footing. Somebody has memories of love. I feel like this memory is like candles being blown out. It's like somebody's cradling it, but also somebody else is blowing it out. It's kind of like you're setting sail. I have this vision. You know how in some cultures, and it was in the past, how people, they would do ceremonies, right? But they would build like this big ceremonial thing when people pass. And I feel like this passing is like the old you. But it's kind of like they would build it up and they would surround it with flowers and everything else, right? But then they would set it on fire and they would push it out either in the ocean or in the middle of like a lake, like in the water, and they would watch it burn, right? I feel like that's what you're doing. It's like those memories, you're like that old you. It's like you're setting it free, right? It's kind of like you're dead to your own self. I don't know if this makes sense, but it's like you're dead to your own self. It's kind of like you build this kind of memorial thing, you like push it out in the water and like set it ablaze. It's like releasing yourself, and that's what's going to regain balance, because something here doesn't really feel balanced, right? But there is the sun coming out, the light. So that's like the light at the end of the tunnel. That's the sun. That's what's going to bring you happiness. There's something here that you're releasing that ultimately is going to have a happy ending. Hey, Panther, how are you? It's good to see you, love. Did I say your name right correctly this time? I promise I'll get it. Panther, did I say it right? Yeah, I dig it. Awesome. Thank you. So that's what I feel like it is. But I feel like it's kind of like a little bit scary now, and that's what you're trying to work through, these fears. But I also feel like it's a release, like it's like a relief that whatever this is happening that's come about is happening. I feel like it's going to come about this week, but it's kind of like it may not be happening yet, but you have knowledge of it happening. But at the same time, it's a little bit scary. But this is going to bring in a win-win outcome, right? But there's something about needing to be balanced. Like maybe this thing, this situation, this person, it throws you off balance. But I feel that like maybe you resorted to something that, like you're working on something else, but you resorted to something to make things do, to make, I just heard like ends meet. It's kind of like you resorted to like a past, like a fallback, like you fell back on something, even though you're working on something else, but that something doesn't really align with you, and it's going to be removed, and it's going to kind of throw you off or make you shake. You feel kind of unbalanced here. But I feel like it's just like the final destination. It's like finally shedding that old. They've been like, hey, this is where you're at. This is where you're supposed to be going. We're going to make sure of it, right? So even though it might be a little bit scary, this is the path that you're on. I dig it. On the bottom, new partnerships and alliances are going to be forming. So it's kind of, there's something in here. It's like really fighting for yourself. Like you're always fighting for somebody else. You're always fighting for others. But I just keep hearing, who's going to fight for you? Now is the time that you need to fight for yourself. Now is the time that you need to really go after those things that you want and not put them on the back burner. Don't put yourself on the back burner. And it's like, I have a thing, can't get my words out. I see that you guys, like I have this thing, like you guys are always helping other people, but when it comes down to it, who is there for you helping you? Who is going to be there standing up for you whenever you need something? And I feel like this time, like something's going to get rocky and people's true colors are going to blossom and come out. And that could be like the point of where you really get down to the nitty gritty. You go against the grain, you go after that of what you want, no matter if there's people backing you or not, right? It's really standing up for yourself and standing within that courage to be like, you know what? F it. I'm going to be all right. I don't need you and I don't need you. And it's kind of like one of those things like that real realization point of you're constantly giving to other people, but now is the time to give to yourself. You know, it's kind of like those true colors that people are coming out. And that's going to kind of show you things like that are unbalanced, they're going to become balanced in this, right? And it could cause you a little bit of anxiety right now, right? It could be causing you like, maybe you wake up out of your sleep and you kind of have a little bit of anxiety. So you have to breathe, right? Just breathe and kind of settle down your nerves here. But there's something here that's going to be freeing to you. You just have to accept what is, either accepting yourself or have a new perspective on things. I feel like this Eight of Swords always reminds me of that, you know, change your perception. It'll change your life, change the way you're perceiving the things that are happening at this time, or that thing that throws up a curveball in your day this week, and really just kind of accept it and go with it, because that thing, obviously there's something there that should have been released. It's like that final clearing stage to that new you that it's going to honestly make you feel more free, even if it's a loss of a friendship, if it's a loss of a job, if it's a loss of a relationship. Ultimately, it's kind of like You know, it might make you upset at that time or kind of feel upset, but ultimately you're not really upset because it's freeing to you because you didn't want to be there anyways. Does that make sense? Correct. Oh, thank you. You're drained from it. It's definitely you time. 100%. I agree, Cynthia. Let's see what else we have. These are good. I don't know what this one is, but let's see. You're stepping into that Queen of Wands energy, being very determined, courageous, standing up for yourself, standing up for your beliefs and those things that you want to go for. Not really caring about other people's thoughts and opinions, right? Really standing in that courage of seeing how like people show you who they are. So you're going to believe it, right? And you're going after your passions. That's what this partnerships and alliances is about. There could be some broken partnerships that come in, but there also going to be new alliances that are being created. I feel like if you don't have clarity in this situation, you need to go within and kind of cut yourself off from people. And I feel like that solitude could be, putting up those boundaries to distance yourself from, if this is a person situation, to those people that need to kind of be distanced, right? Those things that need to be distanced, those things that you need to put on that ship and set it afire and push it in the middle of the ocean and watch it burn, right? Creating you that freedom. Hey, BZ, how are you? You claim it? I dig it. I claim it too. Because we also have sides. We have this Two of Swords energy, right? Which is kind of like, you know, I feel like whenever I see this, it's kind of like somebody might be picking the lesser of two evils. But when in reality, it's kind of like you need to not pick any of the evil because it's still evil. So why not choose yourself? Why choose the lesser of the two just to get by? Sometimes we have to do what we have to do to get by. But then sometimes, you know, spirit steps in and is like, okay, you know what? This isn't really for you. We're going to give this to you for the time being so you can make do with what you got. You can kind of get things even out. But then we're going to shake things up a bit because honestly, this isn't where you need to be. So if you can't make these difficult choices, it's kind of like it's going to be difficult anyways, right? Because they're going to cut that shit off, whether it's relationships, whether it's whatever the case might be that's not suiting you, that you already kind of feel like, oh, I don't like this. This isn't for me, but I'm going to stick it out, you know, because you might have those thoughts of, well, maybe I'm supposed to be here. There's something here I'm supposed to learn. Well, you know, this isn't paying me what I need to be paid. These people are kind of grimy. You see through it, right? But at the same time, it's one of those things of, you kind of need it for the time being, right? Or you're just sticking it out to see it through. You know what I mean? It's just, it has that energy of just sticking it out and making do and seeing what happens here, even though like deep down, you know that it's not a permanent thing and it's not for you. And then I feel like spirit stepping in has been like, all right, time's up. And it might've been a short time lived, but boop, time's up because there's something greater out there for you. There's somewhere you're supposed to be. There's something you're supposed to be doing that you're supposed to be fighting for, striving for to make it work and really putting in that 100% into it when maybe you were putting all 100% into it, but you had to get something else or something else came in that to kind of help it along in a way or help a situation along in a way. But now all of a sudden that time has passed and these people and these travelers are going to come out, but it's time to finally like burn that ship, you know? It's like the final transformation period to that new beginning of really, I don't know, stepping into that freedom type thing, because this thing might have made you feel trapped, or these people might have made you feel trapped, or just the situation in general of being in a place that you don't necessarily want to be, but you feel like you have to be there, and stepping out of it. And it might be a little bit scary, you know what I mean? But ultimately a win-win outcome is forecasted, right? Like it's going to be a win because that could be this personal issue. It's kind of like you got shit going on. You have these people around you. You're not really feeling it, but you're just sticking it out. And then all of a sudden, you know what? Something's going to be cut out. Something has to be set free, like, you know, put on the ship and it needs to be burned, you know, kind of like that memorial type thing. That way the old you can come out, but also working through those fears of stepping forward, those uneasy feeling, that anxiety feeling that may come out of this. It's kind of like releasing that because there's nothing but good that's going to end up coming out of it. Even if it might be shaky for a moment, it's going to regain that balance within your life. You know, you're going on a trip to find you near the water. Oh, that's what I need. I'm ready to go float the river. Something. The ocean's a little bit far away from me, but soon I'll be moving by the ocean, so I dig it. But there's something out there that, you know, it's kind of like, I feel like somebody's hearing like, damn, something has to give. Like something has to give. But I also feel like that give is coming, right? And this is what is coming in. It's like it has to happen for those manifestations. It has to clear out the old so the new can come in, you know? I dig it. The Eight of Cups and the Page of Cups, walking away from something, leaving something behind here. That way something new can come in. Like you're going to have a surprise here. Somebody might like to go fishing. Somebody, again, by the water. You might be going to the water to kind of have like a spiritual type cleansing, rejuvenation, becoming one with nature, and clarity type of thing. So that's definitely confirmation. It's stepping into like following your instincts, following your gut and your intuition versus like I know, like you have to have that equal head and emotional balance here, but sometimes you have to have that, like walking by blind faith, you know, and knowing that the universe has you no matter what situation pops up. And that's kind of like the test of what this is. Like, are you willing to cut these people out knowing that they're toxic? Are you just going to keep on sticking it out? Do you want to stay miserable in a situation that you don't really like? It may not be necessarily completely miserable, but you don't really like it, right? It's not where your heart is at. Or do you want to step in and totally follow your heart and give it the full all? You know? So yeah, that's what I have. Let's see what's on here. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, stepping into your, following your willpower, being determined, right? Showing that grit, going against the grain of what others might think that you should do, or, you know, just stick it out. Why are you going to stick out a place where you're just not truly, honestly happy, right? So it's kind of like you can follow everything else, you know, and just stay comfortable. It's like, when are you going to fight for you? Because deep down, like you're sitting there and you're fighting for other people. You're helping other people along on their journey. You're helping people, whether it's financially, whether it's getting a job back, whether it's whatever the case might be. It's like you're giving your time and your energy to help other people. But when are you going to focus on yourself to help yourself get to where you need to be? You know? And then we have, 10 of coins. You guys are really stepping into it. Like this, with also this full moon in Libra. Somebody might be a Libra, somebody might be a Scorpio, somebody might be a Cancer. Somebody could also be a Taurus. This does have heavy grounding Taurus energy. Somebody possibly might need to ground, but it's that 10 of coins, right? That happy family. For some reason, I heard happy wife, happy life. Somebody might be more focused on, maybe they were really focused on your work, and so work focused, that it was tearing up your marriage, right? And now maybe you're more focused on yourself and getting yourself together and taking that you time, you know, that time away that you much needed to clear your head, you know, more focused on having a job where you can spend time with your family versus always being gone all the time and it just not working out and you missing those special events. Like, I don't know, kids have stuff coming up, right? Maybe like you have to work and you're like, but my kid's graduating. They're like, sorry. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like being more focused on your family. And that's what's bringing in this 10 of coins. I feel like there's more money and abundance that's going to be coming into you, and that total, like, ultimately happiness, right? I feel like there's going to be a definite accumulation of money with that's going to come happiness, right? There's going to be somebody, I feel like somebody's going to be giving something to you. This is the 6 of Cups, and that's something that they're giving. It's going to be happiness, right? But I feel like there's also something that you're going to end up having to heal from. It's going to shake things up this week, but I don't think it's going to be like the world is coming to an end, you know? Because I feel like ultimately you guys already knew, because then we have the Page of Swords here, which is going on a new adventure, being curious about things, taking it full force, you know, not being scared to cut off things and just let yourself go. So let's grab some, I don't know what cards I want to use. Any, many, money, mo. I don't know. That was so silly. Sorry. All right. We're going to grab Archangel Michael cards. Let's see what's under there. That's about balancing and being bold and making the first move on something that you are wanting. There's a lot of Piscean energy here. So after this, just to, like, in case you guys missed the beginning, I'm going to go into all signs. And I'm going to do a little all signs read. And then after that, we're going to do some personal reads. If you guys are interested after 1 o'clock, if you're wanting a personal, tap back in and we'll be getting those done. It'll be a lot of fun. And then I'm going to switch up like the all signs read. You know what I'm going to do? I'm putting all the signs in a cup and then I'm going to draw. So we're just going to see what comes out. That is like when what comes out, comes out. And that's what we got. And that's who we're going to read for. Okay, what do we have with the collective on this read? What is it that they need to know? Well, all right. That's a lot. So I guess we need to know a lot. Be a light to others. Number 4, you have a powerful message to share and shine your light to the world so others can learn from you. Some of you guys are withholding yourselves because you're not being your true self. And people need that. They need you. And be the best version of you, you gotta love on yourself. 43, your vibration is rising. I like this. And that again is water. It's looking at herself in the reflection and liking what she sees. You know? It's a time for great spiritual growth for you. You're evolving and occupying higher energetic frequencies. And then we have 27. Regain your focus. Trivial life matters are distancing you from your goals. Archangel Metatron and I are helping you to stay grounded. Oh my gosh, that made my nose itch. Number 17, it's time to play. You're working too hard and worrying about everything. Seek out joyous experience and bring balance into your life. Go do something fun. Number 13, get your power back. You've forgotten who you are. You're a child of the divine. So take back your power. Number 42, your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps in forms that you didn't expect. Things are going to be shaken up a bit. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on the way to you, so have faith that Source will hear your financial challenges. Yeah, I dig it. I appreciate you guys being here. Totally appreciate it. You guys are amazing. You're wonderful. If you have not yet already, please, sorry, my nose is itching. Smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. That way you guys know when I'll be on again next. Speaking of, we are about to jump into our all signs read, so please join me for that. We will be live. It'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, you guys stay epic, stay fabulous, stay blessed, and I'll see you again. Namaste. Let me turn on my mouse. That way I can turn it off. Bye, guys.